Hello, everybody. Welcome to VR Master League, and welcome to our first venue showcase for the week. This is an EU showcase, although 1/3 NA. We're actually starting off with a very early North American match. Not too used to this, but we have the Mets baby versus Kayamites about to start here on our show, first of three. So on the casting booth, I'm Palador, being joined by Luke on the co-cast, Sir Dimwee in venues, and on the sidelines for that matter, and as well as Newton Dad on the cams. What's up, guys? And Luke, I guess we're starting off really quickly, but good to have you here with me on the stream.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to casting these venues matches. Yeah, you know what, EU Showcase, we do get to pause, maybe because they weren't sure they got the ping. Yeah. But regardless, we did get juked, but it is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, these two, sure, obviously not the most well-known teams, but they have been around for a couple seasons now, I do believe. At least I remember casting them last season. And when I was chatting with both teams before, and they're really excited to be on venues, I do believe it's their venues debut.
Yeah, and for that matter, these teams, their casting debut for this particular season. But indeed, it looks like Kayamites new as a roster here, like their team name. Meanwhile, though, you're right, for the Mets, baby, they've been around in various iterations for a few seasons now. I've had a lot of different players on this roster. But, yeah, coming back on stream here. Last season, they went 13-13, actually. Season 4 is where they ended up their record. So, got that 50-50 mark.
Hey, you know what? You can't complain.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Dimwee, not to catch you off guard, but if you're still hanging out there, how's it going with you? Caught him off guard. Dimwee, I think, getting into venues here actually in a second. So for you guys who were here last week for our European venues matches, yeah, Dimwee actually inside venues itself, so you can go download that for free on the Quest store. And maybe check that out.
Did you toss me and I leave you hanging?
We did.
I did.
Of course.
But to be fair, I prefaced it by saying I might be catching him off guard here. So
a little bit, yeah. I was changing my my headset audio, but yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Just saying, yeah, last week, you're hanging out in the venues showcase, like in the headset itself. It looks like you're getting ready to do that here again today. So that'll be fun for sure if people want to join.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially once we get some more Echo, like people familiar with Echo, into venues. We get to actually really start talking about it and get some really good discussions going. So definitely hop in there, say hello. I'll be in there for the entirety of this venue stream, and I look forward to a lot of the discussion, a lot of reactions. We do a lot of yelling as well, presuming the games give us that sort of excitement, that sort of action as well. Also, I'll be doing the sidelines while I'm in there, though. I'm not gonna make the mistake like I did last time of keeping myself unmuted, because that was a little, I think, disruptive to everybody else. But still a lot of fun. Definitely hop in. It's really a cool time.
Yeah, absolutely. And on today's matches, for that note, we do have 3 of them. Again, starting off with Kayamites versus the Mets, baby. But next, following this one, we'll have Neon versus Law. And finally rounding things off with Team versus Koi in the European Master Division at the top of the hour. So a lot of cool stuff here. Luke, how's your weekend been, by the way? I know I think we'll take a quick chance actually to shout out the fact that we have Tyro Land in 1 week from, well, yesterday, I suppose. But yeah, this next weekend, Tyro Land, we'll have that streamed on our VRML channels as well. That's going to be a fun time in Atlanta.
Yeah, it certainly will. I mean, it's a lot of fun, Tyro, being around over a year now as a community. So that was exciting back on the 27th. But yeah, I mean, honestly, VRML, Tyro, all the organizations, the reason why Echo and VR is so fun is because of the community. So hey, if you are not currently a part of Echo, if you currently are wondering what the heck is going on, join us. VRMasterLeague.com/Echo Arena. Or if you are 18+, hey, join over Tyro as well. But we are going into the unpause, and we are going into round 1. So hey, maybe we'll get to see and watch some Echo action.
All right, sounds good. So all right, first round of our venues showcase here. The one NA portion of this showcase here, early NA game, but 2 EU matches following. And well, let's get to it. It's first possession going, well, now into the blue zone as these players get off and underway on their first cast of the season.
Yeah, definitely off and underway, and well, that bounce will go all the way downfield. I'm really interested to see how potentially the play styles differ between the first and second game being NA and EU respectively, because every region has its quirks, and well, there's a quirk to get the disc, but it's not going to get the shot, as it's just going to be a little bit shy of the net, as that does bounce away, but it is still Nucci. Nucci going for the shot, the same ding, the same angle. Well, you can't say at least you're not consistent, as that does bounce way out of the bubble.
And Bean getting a quick slap off there into the opposite side. This might set up opportunities as a one overshoot and then a stun. Now a shoot and a score from Darks. First couple points.
Wow. All right. I mean, that's how you want to start off a match, with the counterattack, right? I mean, sometimes in these games, it's not about how much possession time you have. It's about how little possession time you have, because your offense is just so effective. Great work there from Darks going downfield and getting two.
And down the field now on this launch, a pick in the tunnel. Coming in by TCG Fox with Daniel Jax in tow. They've got 3 defenders in the goal, 2 possible passing options, a nice triangle formation, and it's going to buy them the walk-in. That was great movement of the disc to find their way in.
Yeah, really great control. Again, I mean, Demet's baby just absolutely, it's Kayamites. Kayamites absolutely crushing it. I mean, they're doing what they need. I mean, they're getting the passes across and they're making them effective. Long and short. I mean, let's see if Demet's baby can turn it around.
Absolutely, and both teams now, one of those cases where first few minutes might be a warm-up process, but obviously looking well and warm for Kayamites as a passing play gets disrupted nicely by TCK, and that's down the blue lane as they recover, it looks like, for Daniel and co on Kayamites.
Yeah, they are recovering, but again, I mean, they're recovering defense as well, but there's a read, but it is going to be free now. Who is going to get there first? It will give it a hand by Daniel. Daniel Jax stunned out, though. Slapped back by Nucci. Nucci back to the hands of the real Bean. The real Bean just slowing it down and getting that one cleared downfield.
And pick up quickly. Will be just a back out and waiting for potentially the offense to form around the bubble. They find that perfect pass, and nice pocket gotten by the real Bean. Really was quick on the fling, but hey, deadly.
Yeah, I mean, and that seems to be the offensive style of Kayamites right now. I mean, they're just able to get this in the bubble, 1-2 done. And well, 6 on the board, still looking for the first one from Demet's baby.
Yeah, still the first, and oftentimes you just need that first to get your team feeling good again. But especially the longer the clock runs without a score, the more difficult it does become. So the first one can be the hardest, but Clicky Pal trying to change their luck a little bit with a tap off into Shade, where Shade gets stunned by 3 different players just piling around. More offense going back to Kayamites, it looks like.
Yeah, going back and, well, going back up, but Kayamites not able to read that one immediately, but nice little quick stack. The real Bean loses a hand, though. Back now, sent back, but TCG Fox is there. Now back to Real Bean. Real Bean looking for a pass, but not quite finding it. A little bit too much heat. But again, great backline control, and TCG Fox just happily sends it back in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not about some mistakes here and there. It's just how you make up for them. So they lose the disc a couple times here. I mean, they're still getting it back, and that's the important part, because this gives them another opportunity for a quick cut and score nearly. Wow, that would have been a tough one. Nearly threw out the shoulder out of its socket, I think, but another attempt and another cut off there by Shade and Clicky Pow, able to secure that. Some more defense.
I mean, nice little ender. That's a block when you don't have the disc in either hands, and then re-grab the disc. Maybe that's confusing. But, ooh, a close miss as Daniel Jax again has it. And again, just the reset. Really disciplined play here from Kayamites, especially up 6.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty, too, of the fact they do have the lead. They don't necessarily need more points yet. Of course, they'll be glad to take some soon. We're only halfway through the round. That one does finally go down. Daniel Jax to Darks. That is...
Fool you. They got so much disc control in this play. I mean, they missed a couple shots, but what did they do? They just reset it. They just played it slow. And I mean, absolutely phenomenal gameplay here from Kayamites, but still Demet's baby searching for the first one.
Yeah, and that time just a bit of a rushed joust that launched it out, and no one was home, unfortunately. So another to uncomfortably familiar place for Mets, but they, again, play some good defense. Can they get a clear is the question. No, it's Real Bean, recovers, back to Darks.
Yeah, back to Darks and quickly back in for 2, almost a 3, but Darks, I mean, 4 on the board so far, sorry, 6 on the board so far, and man, Kaimite's up 10.
Yeah, up 10 strong points, and it's only 6 minutes expended, so, I mean, they're definitely on pace for getting close to that 20 mark. We'll see here if they can do it. I just want to see, again, a little bit of, well, that proper, patient pass, not rushing too much off the joust, although the stack's coming in to take him off guard so quickly, and this might be a chance for the 10th point. Oh, but missing a tight angle.
Yeah, I mean, those tight angles are difficult, but I mean, up 10, those little mistakes might set not quite their teammates, so it will be Demets Baby looking to get this clear. There's the stack looking to read that. They do break apart, but do they get that disc read? Yes, they do. It's still an open 2. Do they get the 3? No, but that's the first points on the board, and Shade's throwing it. 8 down.
Doing just that, exactly. A nice breakaway goal to get their first one. As I said, the first goal, when you go an extended amount of time without scoring, that first one is usually the most difficult, but we've seen it time and time again where that does get a team kind of initiated and they start scoring a lot faster. I mean, we're just another score away here. It's turnover and a score away from this being a very interesting round.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to also shout out the backline players of Demets Baby, keeping that stack back. That's why Shade had so much time. So, I mean, it's such a team game. Even if you don't see it on the screen, make sure you do look at that mini-map bottom right. I mean, it's always fascinating to see what you can see there. But it will be the Real Bean looking for a little pass and stolen right back. TTG Fox, though, loses a hand, and it will be an attempted clear. Not quite 100% through, but it will at least buy some time for Demets Baby, as now it is picked up again by Darks.
And time is the key word here, Luke, because even though they did score recently, they need to do it really quickly again. They might have the lane. Shade is going to line it up. Oh, hooks it to the right, unfortunately. That's going to bounce still close. Would have been the most unconventional of shots. But they got possession back, and again, time. They're down 8, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, they time is the name of the game, but they're playing discipline. They're playing controlled. 8 points in 2 minutes is certainly doable, as they do find one more pass. Maybe looking for a back pass to the backboard, getting pressured. Looks for the pass, won't connect, but the juke, the duck, but the stun, unfortunately, and that will end their fun as they do get a clear downfield.
I will say, though, as they get another recovery, that stack coming in quickly, we're seeing signs of life. The time might not quite be there in the next few seconds unless they can score, but we're seeing good signs of life the more this round goes on. So I think this could be a nice setup into round 2, if nothing else, as it looks like they may just recover again. They're getting a lot more possession time.
They certainly are getting more possession time, and I did note earlier how, Demets Baby, well, their efficient offense means they're more efficient. I mean, they're probably going to score more goals, and they certainly have, but this is just round 1. Lots of teams across all the regions just count it as a prep round, as a warm-up round. I mean, this can certainly be one of those classic games where in round 2 it absolutely changed the score, but that save is huge because they need to keep up this momentum, but again, not quite cleared out, so it will be Kaimites with control.
Yeah, 1 minute left, and looking like a probable here win for the Kaimites, but yeah, I concur. The Mets, baby, have certainly turned things around here in the later portions. They're getting the disc back a lot more. And meanwhile, I think just on the opposite side too, Kaimites, as they might set themselves up for a score now. Beautiful pass. What a handoff play. Oh, couldn't throw it down. And this is kind of what I was saying. You can tell now the rhythm for them is just not quite what it was the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they still get those 2 great little backboard pass from TCG to Real Bean. And that very well may be the last points of the round, but we still will have a few seconds to play. But yeah, I mean, I look at that goal and I don't know. I mean, do I think that momentum from Demets Baby has changed? Not really. I mean, it's a much closer game in the last 3 minutes than it was in the first 5. So, it's definitely a warming up a bit, but also maybe scoring 2 more with 5 seconds on the board. Long 3, but no, that's going to get denied. And Clinky Pow will say no wow.
All right, first round in the books, and over now to the sidelines. I'll check in with Dimwee real quick. And how'd you feel about that round? Obviously, a good start for Kayamites, but last 2 minutes, the Mets maybe started turning up a bit.
Yeah, they did start turning up a bit, but you got to look at. I mean, I'm looking over the stats on the board right now, and the reason I'm bringing this up already is already the Kayamites have just loaded that stat board up. I mean, you got there's a very few zeros on the board, and that's the sort of thing you don't typically see until you're in the high diamond or even up in the master tier. A lot of times, a lot of these teams are built around like 1 or 2 players that can carry the front line, 1 or 2 players that can carry the back line, and they tend to stay in those positions. But when you see a team, at this point, position on the ladder. It sounds like we got a timeout there. This position on the ladder, and they're contributing so evenly across the board. You're looking at a team that is operating on a particularly high level. That is incredible coordination. It shows they've been playing together, or they've been playing with like-minded players for a while, and it shows on that stat board. I hope to see just more of that coordination in the second period there. But as you mentioned, the Mets baby, excuse me. I keep on the Mets baby. They did come back in that first round. They started coming back near the end there, and that's the sort of thing you can pick up that, you can use that momentum, carry you into the next round. And what I'm going to be looking for is the Mets baby to score a goal early in the second round. Hopefully, the first goal of that round, because if they can do that, that'll be that confidence that'll show them that they are capable of scoring against this team consistently, and they can use that to run up a lead and possibly get us to a third round.
All right, thank you, Dimwee. And while we have a second here on a potential pause, want to also shout out our sponsors here in VRML, and for Echo Arena side of things, we have HyperX, ProTube VR, Asterion Products, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net. Much appreciation to them, as always, for supporting our community-run league here across our various games, including Echo now in its 5th season, and for that matter, VRML in its 5-year anniversary as of this month. So a lot of growth here across the league, and continuing just to see that develop across our games and across Echo. We're almost 500 teams now in Echo. It's been pretty incredible, Luke.
Yeah, it really is. It's always really fascinating to see the growth, and I would highly recommend anyone who is interested going to vrmasterleague.com. And if you go to that little extras tab, you can see the statistics of the league. And I know it's underutilized, and I know it's probably pretty useless, honestly, unless you're like trying to do some like stat analysis. But it's really fascinating to see, how the league has grown over season over season. I mean, we had only 158 players in preseason, and now in season 5 we have 5,134. So I mean, you get to see these cool stats, how many players, how many teams played each week. So I mean, check it out. I mean, learn how much the league has grown, but also, of course, check out how to join a team if you aren't in one already, because we'd love to have you. And hey, continue that growth for many more years to come.
Well, yeah, that is the hope, that's the aim, and that's really been the case, nothing but the case this entire time here. And the Echo scene, especially the last 2 years, a little bit over 2 years now. November 2019 is where we started. It was just a few dozen teams globally, which at the time, contextually, that was great. That was the all-time peak in terms of how many competitive players we had in league play. And it's done nothing but grow since. The Quest 1 and Quest 2 coming out just absolutely exploded the population of this game. And that's why we have as many teams as we do, including these 2 teams here in the Gold Division, showing their stuff and about to start the second round.
Yeah, right back in the second round and right back in the action as they're almost getting to. The Mets baby doing exactly what they need to. Oh my goodness, Shea dropping it. 2 on the board, only 8 seconds in.
Hey.
Called it, just saying.
we say this all the time, right? The round reset 0-0 on the scoreboard. It's like a new team.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they're ready. They're here to play, but there's a little past mistake as that will get punished by Demets baby. Not quite able to find that clear, though. Again, clears have been the name of the struggle. The name of the struggle for Demets baby, but they do not get the stun, and it will be Kayamites looking to get control.
Oh, they had it, and that could have been a great one-on-one opportunity had that pass connected, but just hit the lip of the barrier there. Always get in the way as a great defender in its own right sometimes, but they'll still get possession back and back again. A couple consecutive steals from either side as it'll be picked off the wall by Fox, and TCG Fox on a reset smartly over to the station.
Yeah, smartly over the station. The real Bean is looking for the pass across. Will we have to jump, but Dark still gets it done. Oh my goodness, what a play. Tie game.
Wasn't sure that was going to work out. Looked like the defense was draped and potentially in position for a stun or a steal, but hey, through all of the thickets of defense, still found the goal. Nice concentration, if anything.
Yeah, really good concentration. And, well, 2 minutes in, this is a very different game than round one. So it certainly is up for grabs for anyone, but it still is the best of three, which means that the Mets baby needs to win this round in order to see a round three and have an opportunity to win the game, the match. Or if Kaiamites does win this round, then it is GG 2-0, run and done. But the Mets baby will have control, looks for the reset. No, yes, finally finds it. Floating over is Tick 27. Tick. Waiting for it. Moving in the bubble, looking for the cut pass, but no good.
And over to Nucci there, maybe. Nope, actually struggled on the walls there, kind of double gripping maybe a little bit as it goes into the trench. Shade is there for a recovery. Also, apparently, according to Twitch, possibly playing with a broken finger. Not good news there, but certainly Echo is a physical sport, and sometimes going for those punches, those throws, well, you end up getting the worst end of it if you're not careful. So interesting story there for sure. But hey, deadlocked here, 2 apiece, 3 minutes in. Offense back now to Real Bean and Kaiamites.
Yeah, and Kaiamites are just looking for it, but a much more disciplined game. But oh my goodness, that was insane. What an angle. The Real Bean taking the lead 4-2.
Well, that was great. I think that was Real Bean's second time right in the first round. Had another pocket. It was from kind of below the backboard into the top corner, but really able to play those thin margins and ding it on in for the second time now in this match.
Yeah, I mean, wow, I'm just watching that one back on stream. Jeez, that's a momentum booster as well, but if they can come back and score a 2 or 3 to Mets baby, then this is still it. But these are the dangerous plays. You need to stop that momentum, and they very well might, but no! Oh my goodness! Daniel Jack stopping the Demets baby in their tracks, as now it is going to be Darks getting that one all the way downfield. And where's the stack? They're all broken.
But both arriving at the same time now, blue and orange, leaving him blue and taking it back. It's going to be Bean with a pass over to the Ness. A tough one, catches, throws down. Oh, the team play nearly there, but could not finish the shot. Everyone diving out of the goal and separating on the outside of the bubble. A deep pass to the backboard, potentially setting plays up, but a nice spin move, another handoff attempt, but nobody home. All the moves in the book can't finish, but they can rebound.
They can rebound, and they're going to rebound back into their hands, quickly slapped back, but the double stun, the double block, the double ender, whatever you want to call it, but the clear, they just can't quite get the clear done, as Demets baby will struggle with that, and well, oh, another ding, but another control, and another miss. Oh my goodness, Kaiamites not finding success here in round 2, almost halfway through.
Yeah, this is really getting dangerous for them because they had so many attempts, but if you can't convert on those and now you get a turnover, this could be a very punishing opportunity. Might not even need 7 attempts. They may just need 1 if they can find that pass. A tough catch there for Clicky as it came in like a rocket and rocking and rolling back into the orange side of the floor, where now if they can find a stack, which both teams do, might have some opportunities, but just struggle on the clears. And yeah, the rhythm's a little bit disheveled for both teams, where no one's really getting much of anything but just 50-50s now as this gets cleared back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, this game has moved up a tier for both teams into the next gear, into the second gear. I mean, they are ready, looking for the high shot, not quite finding it, but the bounce back will get into the hands of but no, they can't quite find the counterattack, as Kaiamites, again, not finding success, but still up 2, 5 minutes in.
Yeah, the scoring pace in this round is definitely different. I mean, for both sides, really, not finding that rhythm. And in these cases, this is where I would say for them to do something we have not seen a lot of in the last few minutes anyways, those back passes, which they were very willing to do earlier in the round, and especially in round 1. calm it down off of these clears and just take a minute to get a breather, and then you'll set yourself up for more success.
Yeah, you certainly will. Now as the real Bean looks for the cut across to Darks. Darks pocket picked by Shade, but unfortunately he sent it right back to the back line as it is going to be Darks or TCG. TCG just walking in. Whoa. And, well, that's all they need to do and gets 2 more, 6-2.
Yeah, ducked into the foxhole just for a brief second. It was enough to slip by one defender, get that second goal, or third goal rather, for them. So there's 6 points on the board, up by 4. And with the scoring pace of this particular round, I mean, even that 4-point lead is actually pretty strong, considering.
Yeah, it is. I mean, all things considered, I mean, you could score 4 points in, hypothetically, 30 seconds. But depending on the pace of the game, it can take, 30 minutes. And, well, that was close. I thought that might bounce in, but, well, the real Bean getting 2 more on stream. 8-2, up 6.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks from a very particular moment. I want to say Season 1 VRML, Guinness/Gambit, I believe it was Sweet Tooth, who made a shot very similar to that off that bottom boot. It was a super unusual shot, but one of the more memorable highlights that I still have of VRML history. Hence why it came back to mind so quickly. That would have been the first time I've seen it since then, a couple of years ago. That said, it's going to be Darks working up the floor. A work of arts for the Dark Arts, and it's 10-2.
Wow. Wow. I mean, look, there's no assist on that scoreboard, and there never will be, but such great teamwork as there simply was the goalie stun. There was a person pressuring the pass. They just gave them all the space for Darks to walk in and pick that right pocket. I mean, all day. Up 8 now. I mean, maybe up 10 because, wow, Darks just doing it again. 12-2.
I guess I'll just throw it back to what I was saying in round 1, where after a long spurt without scoring, that first goal can be the most difficult one, and here we are. It was just stuck at a low scoring 2-2, 4-2 for a good while, and then all of a sudden, just the last minute or so, no, look at it again, nearly a goal opportunity. They have just blown this lead wide open in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they would have had that if it didn't bounce off the head, which is just simply positioning. Otherwise, they had 100% control of that, but they still have control as they dive in for 2 more. And the self-goal, unfortunately. But, man, I mean, what possession, what efficacy coming from Kaimites, 14-2.
Definitely a tough second round here, where started off with a first score after dropping round 1, but that's kind of where it did stop, that first score. That was just in the first minute, so they've been kind of stuck here at this 2-point for a long time, where despite, they play good defense. I will compliment that too. They've had some good defense in spurts. They've forced some tough shots throughout both these rounds.
Oh!
But as another, they're saved into a 2-pointer. But we're seeing when it comes to their offense and being able to execute on that end, that's where it's a killer. You can have the best defense in the world, but if you can't get those clears and you can't get the boost fast enough to score, it's just going to leave you, well, where we see him right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's well said. I mean, at the end of the day in Echo Arena, the best offense will always beat the best defense just because of the limitations of the arena in the first place. Is everyone is going for this Joker train. I don't know if they're trying to stun each other or if they're just having a blast, because if I was Kaimites, I certainly would be. But there's another long clear bouncing, very close and bouncing alone, but not into the net, as a rare miss from TCG, as it is going to be bouncing out of the bubble. 12 seconds left.
All right, and this will conclude this round in just a second, maybe with one more shot, but Kaimites showing some great might, and they will win with maybe one more goal. No, dinging off, and that will be the match in 2. Kaimites taking that away. We're going to go to Sir Dimwee on the sidelines as we do get set up for our second match here on the stream, which will be Neon versus Law. But Dimwee, what'd you think?
Well, if you were playing Echo Bingo, you did not win. We were 1 away there. Darks not picking up a save. The only 0 on the wall. There's also a 0 there for Daniel on steals. But like otherwise, this team, Kaimite, all over the board. And what I really wanted to point out, the thing. Okay, so I interrupted early on, and thank you for laughing, Luke, because it was very funny what I did, and I appreciate that feedback. But the Mets came out, they scored that first goal right off the bat. Quick punch right to the teeth. You know what I mean? Just come out swinging, hit them hard, let them know you're here. And then from that point on, it was a Kaimai defense. the Kayamite defense. You saw over and over again, the Mets, baby, came in, attacked that bubble hard, heavy, so many opportunities, and clutch stops. I believe it was TCG Fox got that one gnarly save off the backboard. It was a player on the backboard took the shot, and TCG got the stop in the goal there. Unbelievable stop that broke the spirit. It broke the spirit of the Mets, baby. And that's ultimately what led to Kayamite, because over and over again, Kayamite defense just kept shutting them down. Excuse my claps, but it's phenomenal defensive play there from Kayamite to make up for the fact that the other team was starting to control, and that's what gave them back control. They come back 14 points there, 16-2. Unbelievable. They played exceptionally well. This is a very talented team.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dimwee, on the sidelines there. And well, from this line, we're going to go to a quick intermission, and we'll be back with your second match in Europe in the gold division there. We do have Neon versus Law. So that's coming up next. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to our stream here today in the now European showcase. We started off with North America, most unusually, but yeah, pleasantly for sure. Now we have some back-to-back European games. First here in the gold division, that will be Neon versus Law, and then we also have in the Master Division, Team versus Koi coming up after this. So we are about ready to start on the casting end of things. Still Palador here. Hanging out with Luke, co-casting, Sir Dimwee on sidelines, Newton Dad on cams. Luke, how about this match now we've got going?
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing these teams play. You know, Neon being around for a couple seasons now, you know, since season 4, but these players have been around for so much more. I mean, Law, a new team, but hey, I mean, there are a few players playing since season 3, so it's always great to see, you know, some of the original players, I guess as you can call it, you know, depending on when you joined, playing in VRML, so I'm excited.
Yeah, you got it right there. Since season 4 there, Neon, they finished 12-12 on the season, so have that 50-50 record, looking to start season 5 in strong fashion as well. They can go 3-3 if they win this match, as they will maybe get the first possession, although flips past the fingertips and they couldn't quite rearrange their stacks. But some good contesting here will get it back for them, it looks like.
You're getting it right back and right almost into the back of the net. Oh, man. A close miss there, but it is going to go all the way downfield, and it is going to be a race for this disc. We'll get picked up by X Gaming. X Gaming looking for the pass across. Will be a bit of a reset to Citizen George. Now that's a real reset to A-Bomb. A-Bomb upfield all the way downfield, bouncing, but it will get recovered and sent out by Alex.
Still picked up again at the midline by Cake. Cake sending it left to the shoulder and trying to lead it into the goal, that is, but by the boot, taken by that stack quickly in that short range. Nozzle with the deep clear and couldn't quite read the trajectory. Same thing there with a diving defender, but getting stunned was Alex, and trying to pick it up off the floor is before Silent captaining here this team. Ghosty over to Alex, and some chaos certainly in the bubble, but now maybe pulling it back just to find a better avenue.
Yeah, trying to pull it back as Alex tries to find one more pass, and Nazda, one more pass again, but maybe one too many, is not able to control that one, as X Gaming tries to get the clear, but clears have simply been the name of the game so far today on this showcase at the very least, with not quite finding success, as they will find a handle on it. But don't wait too long, because they will get stunned, but slapped right back and slapped into the hands of Ghosty to before silent to cross to Naza back over, but no, as it is going to bounce high and low. And well, Alex, one more pass, one more shot, but what a save! Citizen George getting rid of it, but before silent getting the goal, 2 on the board. Wow.
That was very curious, George. Man, a lot of monkeying there inside the goal, but they still got it at the end of the day after what was a great save. Kind of captain on captain from George, and then silent the finish, though, on the other end.
Yeah, they certainly will. I mean, 2 minutes in to get that goal. So, I mean, hey, it certainly is working for it. A very different pace of game in this second game of the showcase. But there's the stun. It's going to go off the ceiling. Will get sent through almost by Ghosty, but no good, as it is going to bounce around. Will get recovered by A-Bomb. A-Bomb now over to Cake. And Cake Kazem, not quite fine on the back of the net, as it is going to get another turnover. And X Gaming looking for a pass.
Yeah, good pickup and a spin, but a save before silent. Not allowing anything past him, with the arms in the right place and causing great harm on defense. Love to see it here from these defenders, and they'll send it actually right back to before silent, and another heave down the floor as the stack on blue recovers towards that bow tie, just trying to maybe cause some disruption, although that is risky with a goal open.
Yeah, it is risky, but I mean, not quite able to find their shots right now, as it is going to be moving around. Just waiting. Finding a pass, maybe. Finding the clear, not so much. But now will be a slap downfield all the way through. Will it get picked up? Yes, by Alex. But Alex is just going to look right back and send it back in.
All right, and Ghosty taking it and resetting to the trap, just to back it out and kind of put the safety of the wall behind him, if nothing else. Waiting for some sort of lane to open up, and indeed lanes do. This is a 2-on-2, and 2 in the goal to put them up by 4.
Wow, 2 more. I mean, there's not much you can do there. It just absolutely phenomenal control from Law. They're just, even if they make the mistake, right? We said it last game. Even if they make the mistake, they still are able to recover. They're still able to turn it around and really play their game and slow it down. And, well, that's what Law is doing, but Neon wants to lay it down, as they are moving upfield ever so disciplined.
That they are. Cake, though. Oh, that disc getting stolen from Naza, and Ghosty able to knock it over to the side. Picked up by X Gaming, crossing it over with that X pass on the cross, but silent again, able to deny the opportunities in front of the goal as they fly into the trap. And beyond a few outstretched hands reaching for it, more stuns yet. X Gaming comes away with the disc.
Yeah, away with the disc and away into the hands of Kate Kazem, but Kate Kazem not quite finding a teammate or a friend, as the stuns will come through, but it still will get picked up by Ghosty. Ghosty sending it back. X Gaming, no. X Gaming looking for one short pass to Citizen George. Citizen George moving around, looking for a pass, but one more is unfortunately to nobody, as they do have a little bit of a cluster, and as a result, it will be an opportunity for Law with the clear all the way downfield, but a really interesting bounce going back into the midfield.
Yeah, that was about to be a perfect setup for a 3, an open 3 it looked like, but then the bounce completely went the opposite way with some heavy momentum at that. That's going to be A-Bomb with a pickup, able to clear it, but picking it back up at the other end. Look at that. All 4 players able to retreat and recover very briskly, as the stacks do as well, right into the, another overshoot, but taking it back, and now to the backboard, perfectly placed, but unfortunately got stunned. Good defense.
Yeah, really good defense. I mean, that's the name of this game. 4 points on the board, almost 6 minutes in. That's incredible. But the stuns, the sacks, the scrambles keep on getting one back by Law. But here's a recollect, but a recollect by Law again. The stun is free. The disc is free, as well before silent will send that one downfield, but not to a teammate immediately, as they will recover now, and I assume pass it back.
Yeah, they go for just that. Adding the back line with an attempted pass to the boot, but takes a bounce off the boot. Gets kicked out. Citizen George clears out midfield. Stacks underway. A leech being missed, so this will open up now. The goal. First 2, in fact. Kate Kazem for Neon gets on the scoreboard.
Wow. Wow. All right. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. 3:30 on the clock, 4-2. So, hey, it's within reach. A three-pointer can take the lead for Neon. But the first joust advantage now. And before Silent sends it to the right.
Does get lost in the trap, though, so needs to be careful. A couple defenders joining there to try and disrupt. Naza with a pass to Alex and trying to hit right back towards that tunnel. And some patient play here as they work it up that floor. I like it. They're doing a pretty great job, actually, maneuvering around the stack. And now that stack is split up. And their stack is actually split off, so they got a goal opportunity. Wow, that would have been great for them.
Yeah, it really would have, but Ghosty will recover. Looks for the pass. That may have been on target, but the teammate unfortunately wasn't aware, as it is going to be a nice little stun there. And Alex now once again has the disc flipping upside down. I always love seeing that. It's so clean looking. And there's a backboard pass, but really it'll just get cleared back. But Naza, again with control, but not quite able to find a teammate.
Got to give props to Citizen George and to Neon here on the defense, rather. They got to do it again. And as I say that, they get it to the backboard before Silent. Kind of undoes what I was about to say, but I was going to say that on a few different attempts, they've been doing a good job, and Citizen George in particular, covering that backboard, because I always mention how it's such a strong place to run an offense from if you can get that pass. So basically, unless a defender is right on that recipient of the pass on the backboard, as that pass is going out. Like if they receive it and there's no defenders, you're pretty much at the mercy of that backboard player. So they've been recognizing for a lot of these times how to cover it off pretty well.
Yeah, and they have been, but just, you know, you slip up for 1 second and, well, as you say, it undoes all that good chemistry, all that good juju. But there's a good little turnover from Blue, from Neon, all the way downfield now. Bouncing off the ceiling. Can the stack get back? That may have bounced in, but it is just going to bounce out as the clear will go downfield into the hands of Ghosty.
That was unfortunate, too, because that stack was there early, but they did what I do way too much, and more than I care to admit, banging their heads on a Geo or on the barrier on the way to a disc recovery, just hitting just the tippy top of the forehead. That is the only reason I think that they missed the opportunity at the goal.
Yeah, I mean, at a game of this level of, competition, little mistakes count, and, well, there's a little one. But it is going to get still recovered by Neon, unfortunately sent right into the hands, though, of the other team, as Alex will send that one all the way through as the stack looks to recollect, as they just get unstunned. And, well, that's an open net, but not quite immediately going for the shot, as it's going to be Alex. There you go. Get in two.
And that will probably secure them this round. So well done from Law. Able to secure round one, it looks like, with that 6-point lead. It's again unfortunate on the Neon side, because they had a couple opportunities with some good looks, but I do think that clear where they banged their head on that barrier, that was pretty much the one that did it for them, as they still might have a chance to score one more nonetheless. So hey, they make it a 3. Cake Kazam.
You know what? If you really believe, there is time. There is 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Okay, well, never say
never.
never.
So never say never, all right? This could be it.
Could be. My breath is held. Let's see. And okay, the round going. Indeed.
All right.
Look, I've seen crazier things, so, I wasn't going to completely write it off. But okay, to the sidelines there. 3-point match in the first round. Dimwee, what'd you think?
We were actually just having a discussion the other day over theoretical. Like, I think not even there was someone had a number for like fastest time from tube to tube. It was somewhere around 2 or 3 seconds. So theoretically, if the disc is on the other side of the arena, we don't know what the theoretical actual quickest goal could be. We don't know. We could theorize it all the time. They could have made it. They could have done it with a headbutt. The other team hadn't actually gotten to the disc first. They got there first. It's possible. You're gonna have to backwards regrab that compromises your trajectory. But anyways, that's all beside the point. I just wanted to talk. That's actually we don't really have an answer. If anybody's wondering, how was it possible? We don't know yet. So someday we'll know. Right now, somebody is gonna claim they have the answer. And just for the sake of making sure conversation doesn't stop, I'm going to say they're lying. But that first round, I got to say, so early on in that first round, you guys referenced the defense of the game, and the defense is what made the difference. Ultimately, defense is what made the difference. Shots taken, identical 9-9, although possession notably favoring Law here. Law, they had a lot of really good opportunities early on. They were getting stopped by the Neon defense as we get a second timeout here. There we go. But what's interesting is, although they did have that extra possession time on the side of Law, you don't see that really flesh out in saves advantages to Neon, as it's still 7-3 saves in favor of Law. So that kind of shows. So for Neon, it's their bubble defense, their mid defense that's doing the heavy lifting, and for Law, the heavy lifting is in goal, and that's where the payoff is happening, is in goal for Law. That's the difference maker. 7 saves to 3. The goal, what was the score difference? Was just what, one goal theoretically, really, but could have been like 2 actual, like, practically speaking, probably 2 earned goal, like two shots worth of goals, anyways. So we're talking 4 save differential, which amounts to a minimum of 8 points. That's a lot of points that Neon did not get there in that first round because of the saves. Now again, we go back to Neon's defense around the bubble. But once you get by the bubble defense, you're now at the goal. It's yeah, and of course, obviously, who team that scores the most points is going to win. So yeah, I don't know what adjustments to expect. I expect a lot more leaning on the defense in the second round, but I don't know what adjustments to expect yet from either team. I'm curious to see what they do. And really, I would say, honestly, I would say neither team should adjust their strategy. Just start executing better, ultimately.
All right, thanks, Zimwe, and we'll see if they can do just that, although right now a momentary intermission timeout being taken between rounds for these teams. Looks like a potential ping issue. I'm not quite sure if that's the case. A little bit of high ping for one of the teams, but looks like now that... All right, yeah, so we're going to an unpause now. More normalized pings, more or less. I want to give a quick shout-out once again to, of course, all the people watching across Twitch, venues maybe, and all our platforms across our streams, YouTube, Facebook Live as well, Facebook Gaming, and yeah, appreciate you guys very much. Thanks to our sponsors once more, and HyperX, Pro2 VR, Asterion Products, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, VRware.net, and for again supporting our streams here in Season 5 across VRML and our multiple games for that matter. Again, couldn't do it without all the support of our sponsors and, of course, our community and our volunteers within said community. Round 2, about to start right now. I'm Palador, and Luke on the co-cast. Let's go.
Let's go round 2. And, well, what do you know? It is going to be the Law sending that one all the way downfield in their stack. Well, is going to get there, but a little bit of a pass. Not quite finding its success, though, as A-Bomb is able to get that clear. Let's see if that execution, as Dimwee said, can improve in round 2.
All right, barring a bonk on the berry, they might have an opportunity, but no, it's going to be Alex with a recovery. Their stack actually got back quite quickly as well. Brawls in the midfield potentially, or just pile-ups in the midfield as Citizen George comes away with it, has it snagged by Naza, and that's a clear that bounces right back to the midfielder, but past the arms. So up to the stacks to get back again, same time, trying to line it up. Rebound, no, shot still not found. Before Silent, another read, and another quick pass. That was a nice dimer, but they'll opt to back it out and just wait a little bit more for some better angles.
Yeah, just going for the reset, really waiting, being patient. That pass is good. That shot, not so much, but the recovery is still there as Naza looks for the shot, but Citizen George, so many hype saves, so many critical saves, and that being another one of them. 1 minute in, round 2.
Showing some defensive dynamicism there for George as well, because it's been some saves, yes, but also, again, disrupting the backboard passes and guarding a little bit outside the goal too. So really the best of both worlds, showing the full capabilities as they'll indeed cause another turnover into a flyby into the mid lane, where yet again, possession going back to Cake and Neon here.
Yeah, Neon losing it from the stun. X Gaming looking for the first 2, almost 2 minutes in, and looking for 2, and they get it. Cake is them as a magician, getting Neon on the board first.
All right, so Cake from X Gaming, kind of doing a little flyby and breaking that 2-minute ice just about here in the second round, trying to react. The first shot attempt was had there by Law earlier on, quickly off the joust, but kind of bonked it off the head, so momentarily we'll stop their rhythm, but just a nice job on this joust, actually connecting on all passes thus far.
Yeah, I mean, really clean work from them as, well, it is going to be sent back now. Alex not quite finding that pass. So Neon, another opportunity to intercept, but won't find it first. That pass, though, is going to be a little bit too much heat. So it will have K Kazem's name written all over it, going all the way downfield, bouncing not quite on the shield, but off the backboard. They're there. They're trying to score, but the ding, ding, ding goes the ding ring. And, well, that's going to turn around as everyone gets stunned out. And, well, it will just barely be found by Neon, but it's just a race. It's just a scramble as they slap it to the side.
Scramble is right, and more scrambles yet with some more brawls. This will still be possession to Neon for how long is the question, because that stack is redirecting quickly. The defense playing up, and oh, paying off, no! Oh, couldn't find it, maybe the wingspan not quite there, and glancing blow on that ding ring again as it goes back to the blue side.
Yeah, back to blue side now. Will get picked up by Kazem. Sent through the tunnel. Unfortunately, no one's there to recollect except the other team. So that is going to get sent low. Will get recovered by Ghosty. Ghosty maybe looking for the pass back. But will get picked up by Alex now. And just lots of slow, disciplined play. You know, only a 2-point game.
Yeah, exactly. A 2-point game. And still a chance here to tie it up 2-2 if they can execute the good passing. Perfection, in fact. Right into the center. That was a tough pass to weave, but they got them the one-on-one as a result.
Yeah, I mean, that's the patience. That's it paying off from the reset. They just take their time. They take their space. They play their game. They bait their defender. They build the numbers. They play the tactical game, and, well, it works out in their favor as the game is now tied, but Neon quickly wanted to move that one differently back in their favor as that is going to be picked up. But no, another ding, but another recovery. No, but that's 2 dings now. Neon. Ah, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, but again, seeing if you can make up for the mistakes by just rebounding, recovering, setting yourself up again, not getting too discouraged. And there you go, perfect. Would have been so easy just to kind of, let your head down and kind of say, okay, well, we had that stinks, and then be kind of in your own head. Happens sometimes, but they recovered, and they still got the goal at the end of the day. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that is how you do it, and I was going to say much of the same thing. I mean, great recovery. Well, let's see as, they do miss it, so do they get the stack? No, Neon not quite finding it, as it is going to get sent back, but not quite through. Now it will get picked up by Alex. Alex looking for a long pass, will connect it before Silent, looking for the shot, but the deny. A-bomb. Oh, my goodness, the defense is executed amazingly this round, but there's 2 more. The counterattack's even better. 6-2 is the score.
Yeah, the defense has been something to behold here. It's even round 1, despite the fact that Neon did drop the first round by just the narrow 3 points. Their defense was still pretty killer at times, and they're doing it again here in round 2 to kind of, to much better success because they're also able to score more now. This could be heading to a 3rd if Law isn't able to pick it up soon.
Yeah, it very well might, as it is going to get sent down to Ghosty. Ghosty taking some time and just disciplined play. That's what I like to see, even when you are down 4 points. It's just 4 points. But, I mean, that stun will come through, and Neon is certainly getting things done now, as it is going to be a recovery that is an open 3 for a second, but unfortunately they are stunned out, so there is no opportunity to set that one up, as it is going to get sent back, but stolen back by Kazem, but sent, unfortunately, into the hands of Before Silent, who will happily get the clear.
And maybe happily setting up a goal. They need it. They got it. It's the 1-point game Before Silent. Not going silent into that good night. No, it's a good shot.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that is what they needed. It's anyone's game here. 3 minutes and 41 seconds is a ton of time in Echo Arena, let alone this 1-point game. But we'll get picked up by Citizen George. Citizen George quickly over, but stolen back for more. Naza, the bounce. Not quite finding the right angle, but still on the backboard, and 2 more. There you go. Before Silent getting 5 in quick succession. 7-6.
How about that? You break a couple-minute ice, and then you score twice in the span of about 30 seconds. A great hit. Before Silent, again, going to convert on a shot, and Before Silent is currently tied as lead scorer across this match. 11 points for Before Silent. On the other side, for Neon, Cake also matching that 11. But some huge firepower coming in between those players.
Yeah, I mean, really big firepower, but the teamwork in this game is, I feel what's really making or breaking it. I mean, they're not quite able to find those passes on offense right now, Neon that is, and as a result, I mean, they're just getting turnovers, and well, there's another, as there's a long three. Oh my goodness,
Boy.
Ghosty, 10-6 up 4 now. Wow.
And that'll be Ghosty's second hit, 5 points on the whole so far, along with 1 save. But that is a big one now to put them up 4, and as you said, and that's 3 shots in a row. Again, in about a minute span or so, they are really heating up, and this is bad news for Neon because they can't afford to lose this round. This would be the series.
Yeah, it would, and if exactly 63 seconds in those 3 goals. So, you know, definitely a very different change of pace for this Law team, as it is going to get another pass up, another pass back, but not another pass through, but somehow they get a hand on it and get 2, and well, that's now even more goals in even less time.
Yeah, I'm just going to estimate maybe 4 goals in about minute and a half, minute 45, something like that. And I was questioning whether we were about to get a pause or not. I felt like if there's a time to do it, it has to be basically now. You just had 4 go against you in a row. You're only down 6, though, thanks to for Neon, how they came out in round 2. So they're not down by too much to overcome, but a little minute to talk things over and nothing else. Again, freeze the other team and stop them from all this heat they're building up. This could still be a good comeback, at least potential for Neon if they're able to execute after the timeout.
Yeah, it certainly could. And also, I just did the math on Spark. You were exactly right. It was exactly a minute 45 seconds. There
I'm
you
good
go.
at these things.
But man, I mean, these
I'm more
pauses.
proud of that than I should be, honestly.
You know what? You do this long enough, your subconscious knows, right? Maybe. But I mean, I always love thinking during these pauses, like, okay, 6 points down. What is this team thinking? And more importantly, how are they acting? Sometimes teams need to take a break. They walk away. They get a drink of water. They shake it out, come back, right? Other teams, they just talk strat. Other teams, they don't do anything. They just mess around with the disc for a bit and then, unpause, right? Like every team has their style, but right now, I mean, if you look at Neon, which you are looking up on stream, I mean, it looks like they're talking. They're all focused. They're all in spawn, just not necessarily looking at the board, but I can only assume talking strategy, and they are hungry for this round 2 win to really get that round 3 coming up.
All right, yeah, I remember casting your matches like last season with Tyro and seeing during timeouts you discussing things over at the poster. Yesterday too, I had 1 or 2 matches, same case. A lot of people like to use those timeouts, not just for talking things over, but also literally pointing things out, going to that poster kind of by the side of the wall and discussing their rollout strategies or just visualizing what the enemy team is doing, things like that, and we've seen it help. Some teams do dance around. Some teams go practice their stacks if they're able to do so, or even just within the spawn area itself, just a few back and forth moves. But every team's a little bit different, and got to kind of figure out what's timeout strategies work for them. For the Law, I'm just curious to see now that they've been sitting around for a couple minutes after they made those 4 goals in a row, if they can still come out with that same focus or not to close out this round.
Yeah, that is certainly the key. At 2 minutes, well, let's see if it was enough. Let's see if the strategy is good, as it will be Neon with the just advantage. Quick right pass. It looks like it will be a relay. Unfortunately, that's going to bounce off the ceiling. No way. That's so unlucky. Not what she needed to do, as that's going to go right back into the hands of Blue. Neon somehow getting a hand, as it is going to get misread, but now picked up right back up off the wall, almost bouncing in the net, but it will get bouncing into the hands of Kate Kazem, who will send that one downfield and through mid.
And the shot here, they could use it so desperately, but it'll bounce a few different ways. Citizen George, a nice shield, able to get the disc as a result of that, resetting it to the back line. They do not have a lot of time to work with. They're going to need a score here soon. Otherwise, it's going to be a case of 2 last-minute threes to have any hope. And the hope is getting slimmer by the minute, but the margin's closing. The defense closing in. A tap out by Alex into the midfield. That could be huge.
That could be huge, as it is now 50 seconds on the clock. There still is time, as it is going to get sent downfield, but not quite into the hands of anybody, as it is going to bounce high and wide. Now, again, by Kate Kazem. Kate Kazem not stunned out. A great block I'm not sure what happened there, as it is going to get turned over by A-Bomb, but A-Bomb loses a hand. Ghosty to the backboard. No one's home, as it will get recovered by A-Bomb again, who is going for the reset. 30 seconds. They need to get a point on the board in the next 2 seconds, and they very well might, as that's all the way downfield. Who's there? No, off the head! And just like that, that will get sent back, sent through, and, well, X Gaming will get stunned, and, well, that'll be round 2.
That will be round 2. What a comeback that was. Looking like, again, that defense and offense was rocking it for Neon in the early round, but then it just got held to that 6 points, and Law turned it up another notch. That is a series, and to our sidelines, Sir Dimwee, what do you think of that one?
It was excellent leaking live. But so the first half of that round, we saw a continuation of the first round. It was a lot of basically sloppy play, a lot of dinging, a lot of missed open goals, a lot of that stuff, a lot of the bad execution that I was talking about in the intermission. And then the second half of that round, Law picked it up. Law started executing. Law started scoring. What a comeback. What was that, 1 minute? They went from being down, 6-3? Suddenly they were up 12-6. They went from being down 50% to being up 200%. Does that make sense? It makes sense somehow. I know I just played with the numbers a little bit, but it still makes sense, right? Unbelievable performance there from Law. They pulled it out. That's the stuff you have to do to climb the ladder. And climb the ladder they will do after that one, as they win that one in 2. Phenomenal performance. Also got to shout out the number of saves in this game, 10-5, 15 total overall. Unbelievable. Got to point that out. But what a game.
Yeah, impressive job there. So congrats to Law. They'll move up to a 3-1 record on the season. Meanwhile, here on our stream, we're going to move on to our third match of the event. So that said, stay tuned. We've got European Masters Division up next between Team and Koi. So we'll be right back after this quick break. All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome back once again. Told you we'd be back pretty quick, and we were. We've got these two teams, that being Team and Koi. Again, in the European Master Division here of Season 5. Captained by Woodsy on Team and by Cinna over on Koi. These two Master teams in the second to last week. So next week being our 4th week of the cycle, of course, 3-cycle season. You know, both teams looking for their wins and to impress, you know, in these cycle formats. A record of 3-2 thus far for Koi, and 0-3 for Team. So definitely could use some wins here to help their cause for sure. And for Koi, just they want to keep those wins up, obviously. And, you know, this is the top 1% of Echo Arena, Luke. We always talk about it. So these teams who do, you know, have trouble getting those first wins, it's a bit deceptive. Because we know that this team would be killing teams, you know, 90% of them, 98% of them, 99% of them in the rest of the league across, you know, Diamond and below. So, kind of been tough goings, but we'll see if they can get it going in this match.
Yeah, it certainly has been, and you know what? I 100% agree. I mean, if you are in Master Tier, you know, typically, I definitely both these teams, you know, absolutely would demolish, even if they do get demolished in Master Tier. I mean, that just shows the difference, right? I mean, these teams, you know, if you want to get into Master Tier, sometimes people ask me, like, you know, Luke, you're a caster, you watch games, what's the difference between Master Tier and other tiers? The only difference is they've played so much. You know, like, these are the players, these are the teams that have that chemistry that, they understand how the game works, better
Right.
than, 99% of players. That's what makes them the 1%, and then what makes them the top of the 1% is not their skill anymore. That's moved on. It's their team play. It's how well they pass and position. It's not how accurate they are. Everyone will always say they want to improve their shot, but I mean, that's why I love seeing about Master Tier, because typically, at least in my opinion, it comes down to how well they play together on that given day.
Absolutely. And Sir Dimwee, while I have a moment here on our sidelines, I guess just to kind of continue that thought, but I feel like that is definitely the case. We've seen it across regions, and it's only become more evident, I think, now that we're 5 seasons in, especially, that it is about chemistry and the subtle things, not just mechanics now.
Yep, but as usual, Europe is trying to shut me up, so they've already started.
All right, well, thank you, Dimwee, on the sidelines. All right, well, I'm Palador, I'm Luke, and that was 3 seconds, 3-second meta of Sir Dimwee on the sidelines. We got the first joust here, neutral style, and that's going to be Lost in the Trap.
All right, well, maybe I see a new YouTube series coming, 3-second meta, but it is going to be sent back and sent into the bubble.
TikTok.
That's Sir Dimwee across all socials. As it is going to be your boy Sam team trying to get a hand on it. They do now. Will get passed up, but quickly stunned through, as that is going to be Cinna again for Koi, getting control here in the first minute.
Yeah, a little bit of control. Let's see if they can turn it into a couple bit of points. It's a dive from basically everyone into the goal. The congestion aplenty inside that bubble, but a quick sling. Cinna finds the disc at the other end of the floor. A nice pass to Elmo with a duck, and finds the first 2 about a minute in. Great recognition to the barrier play.
Yeah, really great recognition. And again, I mean, that's the difference in this Master Tier. Recognition. Everyone is aware. If you play with some of these players, they don't have particularly, frequent comms. They might, but it's their awareness. Every single player has their head on a swivel. Every single player can picture where everyone is and where there's a 3, but unfortunately off the ding ring goes that one, as it is going to get sent back to your boy Sam. One more cut, but no one's home, as it is going to be picked up by Jerry, but quickly stunned through as Mosh gets it sent almost downfield.
That was a tough pass to make, even if that cutter was right there. There were still 2 defenders, so that was going to be kind of a unworkable situation just about, barring some super athleticism, I suppose. But Big Jerry with a clear might just have themselves an open lane, and looks like that's the case. Oh, lost the handles! Oh! My goodness, unfortunate opportunity there, lost now to the other side.
Yeah, lost to the other side, and that's an open shot, but the stack will be there. Look at that speed, but one more shot and one more 3. Cinna not missing those. 5-0.
Yeah, that is punishing there for sure. What a hit.
Wow. Yep. I was about to say that, but 5-0. 2.5 minutes in. I mean, you might say, oh, well, that's technically No, not with these teams. These teams are ready to go. Team going downfield, pressuring, not quite finding it, but it will get sent to the stack of Koi. Now going all the way through, but a very interesting bounce, so everyone kind of misreads it immediately, as now just Elmo is not going to find the pass to a teammate, so it will be find a clear downfield, as team scrambles to find and get control.
Yeah, team trying to get their first score on the board. Still yet, definitely impressive they were, but impressive is that Cinna was able to score for the 8th point now. That's a corner slicer from 12 meters out. That is 8 points, and I know it's still early. It's only 3 minutes in, but already I'm kind of thinking, okay, the timeout period potentially. Thing is, team does not want to go down by any more this early on.
Yeah, they certainly don't, and I mean, if you look at the mistakes right now that team's making, it's not many. It's literally just their shots, really. I mean, they're finding its passes, they're finding control, but it's the little things at this level that matter oh so much. And just like that, there's a little mistake, not quite finding each other on the pass, floating high, and well, who will punish? Well, Koi will, as Cinna gets another clear, and the stack is there, and there's an open 3, and they hit those indubitably. 11-0.
11-0, and exactly what they didn't want, well, just did happen. Going by through just Elmo on that long heave. This team here, they were 11-8 in season 4. Keep in mind as well, and they, having a positive win streak and really appearing to be one of those dark horses there last season, going into the latter parts of it and Challenger Cups and stuff like that. But this team in Koi, they are just on a mission at the moment. Just keep on doing what they're doing, which is to say, I mean, they can go 4-2 on their record here at Master if they win today. And so far, they are looking to be just in that position because they are executing just about as well as you could possibly ask.
Yeah, there's another downfield clear. Do they get a hand? What a grab, what a slam, and well, team's on the board.
Yeah, well, the good floor awareness, I mean, when you're that close to the goal, you got a pretty good chance of those backward flings going in, and frankly had to rush it because another quarter of a second that could have been a save or just a stun being met by that defender flying through the goal. So really great awareness, in fact, to make that happen.
Yeah, really good awareness, but Cinna, I mean, does exactly what they need to do, right back downfield, gets 3 more, 14-2.
Wow. Cinna again on a score from 20 meters out this time. So just moving back progressively over the course of these 3-point shots. I mean, that's 9 points for Cinna alone, along with 2 assists, leading the charge on offense really in all aspects.
Yeah, wow. All right, well, team trying to find that pass, but not finding the shot, unfortunately, even though they do get control. And I mean, look at the stack recovery. Koi is just there. They are everywhere they need to be, and even though that pass wasn't connecting, that shot was, and well, they're going to steal it right back, and Cinna, Cinna is the player to watch. 11 on the board from just them, 16-2.
It was a great save coming in, but unfortunately kind of held the save way above the head and gave it back on a silver platter for an indirect assist of sorts across the teams. So 16-2. And Woodsy now being just looking to stabilize if they can. That stack, neither stack committing initially, but then taking him off the backside here as Leonardo steals and secures, sends, and scores. What a team play that was coming the way of Koi.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Koi is just incredible right now. I mean, they are finding each other. They are truly, playing together right now as 18-2. 3 minutes left. We're very close within that 20-0.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. Those stacks, double stacks, bothering quite a bit. All 4 of them converging on the disc, but unable to find a pass. And it's those cases where when you're watching, when you're spectator casting, you can say and point out, well, double stacks, kind of both in the midline, meaning there should be some open players, but then you don't account for the fact that, as a score might happen here, indeed.
Oh.
You just don't account for the fact that everything that happens in the game while you're in the headset, basically, it's so much faster. Like, it looks fast on stream, but when you're in the game itself, it's even faster. And those moments that take a second or two. I mean, it's like you have no time to react. Sometimes it feels.
Yeah, it really does feel that way. And well, there's almost another 3, but they'll get a 2, and just like that, 22-2. 2s across the board, and that means round 1 is over with the Mercy win. Wow.
Wow is right. Dimwee, any thoughts on that just dominant first round coming in from Koi?
Well, I mean, that's the word, isn't it? Dominant. I mean, just an absolutely dominant performance there from Koi. A lot of the points coming from Cinna, 13. Actually, the only player, one of only 2 players in the game with more than 1 goal. And Just Demo's the other player with only 2 goals. It was 5 points on the board. So Cinna popping off in this game. But what I really wanted to point out, one, possession time is almost equal. That is unreal. That shows you the effectiveness of Koi's offense. But what I really wanted to point out was early on, you saw Koi dominating with the passing game. I was watching as a fan during this first round because Koi's passing is unbelievable. It's really something. It's next level. You know what I mean? It's the top of North American Master Tier. It's that good. It's really something else. But so when we saw that going on, you had a team start responding with their chain. They were like, all right, if you're gonna play the pass game, we're gonna play the speed game. Koi started winning all the races. They are just dominating every single aspect of this game. Team whatever adjustments they've made, Koi has kept up with them and beat them. It's really something else. I'm curious to see what team has left in the tank after that one, what ideas they have left. I wouldn't be surprised to see some trick plays come out here in the second round.
Yeah, something just to spice things up, vary it up a little bit, because you're right, that dynamicism being shown by Koi has been something else, as they just might have the first goal already. There it is again, and exactly as Dimmy was saying, the passes to perfection, 6-second execution into a goal. Wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's the speed of Koi right now. I mean, Koi, all cylinders are ready to go. I mean, incredible. Like, truly. I mean, this is what Master Tier is, right? I mean, just the speed, the clean, efficient, execution. That's who wins games in Master Tier, and well, I mean, that's what you need. So, definitely don't discount team. They certainly are, playing well. It's just little mistakes, and well, Koi's able to punish every single one and stretch that wound open as they're looking for 2 more. They will not get a hand on it immediately, but they will get the pass back, and 1 more reset just means Koi's continues to be in control in offense.
Yeah, I think we'll see if the defense can play here for team first, but if they do get back on offense in the next few seconds, just want to see them score that one early goal, undo what we saw in round 1, where in round 1, to begin the first few minutes, there were, 2-3 opportunities at a goal, which by all accounts, should have been in, and they just couldn't quite get that. And I think that really threw them off kilter, but if they can get to a better start here early in round 2, could be a totally different game.
Yeah, it really could. And, well, there's a nice little grab from William BWB. Unfortunately, the stack will not be able to get a hand, so it will be right back in the hands of Cinna. Cinna sees the option low, sees the cut, and, well, he finds the cut. Mosh, 2 more on the board, 4-0.
Cinna doing a really great job just to control the offense here in every aspect, once again, because that's 13 points for Cinna and 4 assists, the leader in both stat categories here. So able to really be the confident and consistent finisher, but also able to find the threaded needle on those passes to find the teammates for the easy goals as well. Really just a big threat on the floor.
Yeah, a really big threat on the floor, as now Cinna is going to send that one down, and the mail not quite in, as the postman didn't deliver, but it is going to get sent all the way back downfield. And here's an opportunity for team looking for their early goal. They have a hand. No! Wow. No, what? How did that get denied? Oh, my goodness. As, well, they'll get control, and they will send that down.
Those are exactly the plays I'm talking about. That was excellent from Koi, but those are the ones I'm talking about in round 1 also for team, where you think, okay, this is definitely a goal. A big high opportunity chance, and then it gets denied. Counter to the likelihood, but maybe it is likely because they've done it a few times. They've got the 3-point shot. It's 7 points, and they are running away in round 2 now off of defense turn to offense.
Yeah, and those counterattacks are soul crushing. I mean, you are on offense, you're feeling good, you feel the passes, you're finding each other, you're finding the stacks. Suddenly you have a little mistake blunder, an incredible save from the other team. The other team comes back and they score. Oh my goodness, that just hurts. As, 7-0 in this round 2, and, well, the pass is good, and team is looking to find some momentum somewhere.
That they are, exactly. Your boy Sam will wind it around on a clear, but lost the anchor, that midfielder, so miscommunication. Will they get the disc back? No, and no! That is Cinna with the stuns and attempting that wall shot, but takes a bad bounce off the pack. Still rebounded yet by Koi. Koi sending it over to Cinna, but bouncing off the barrier now, and that's going to be another clear that will sail into the mid zone. Picked off, right back on a turnover from Mosh. Mosh to the cloud, anchoring it down, and couldn't hit Leonardo on the read, and back again to the orange side.
Yeah, back again to the orange side. Sent through! Oh, the mail needs to come home as, well... Still, no Wendy's there, as it's still a big 0. Goose egg on the board for team. Almost 4 or 5 minutes through round 2, but again, they get a nice little backstack, but no. Will be Leonardo, and Leonardo looking to set up, finds the cross pass, and Koi just goes to the reset.
See, if that 2-pointer earlier was made, and then that 3-pointer was made, the game would be 5-5 right now. But they've just been able for Koi to do exactly this. Like, look. Get stunned, they still find the pass, and then a walk-in essentially by Cinna. The defense not there on the backboard. So again, at the mercy of Cinna essentially, who gets the 15th point. 9 in this round though for Koi.
Yeah, 9 in this round for Koi, and Koi, I mean, they're just a pleasure to watch. They're just oh man, their goals. Everyone should play like Koi and the team. I mean, they're playing so spectacularly. You said it yourself. I mean, with a couple not misses, this game would be tied. I mean, and that's how close the Master Tier is. That's how close this game is. Where sure the scoreline might look very different as well the stack almost got back. I thought they might have, but Leonardo getting that beautiful 30 meters out.
And with the sniper scope on and 30 meters out, 18 meters a second, so not only fast, but accurate as well. The best of both worlds, able to hit with precision, and that's kind of what you need to do, especially in this region with the faster stacks and lower overall pings, to again help enable those faster stacks. If you're not shooting it with some good power, you're very likely to lose a disc as well. They do lose a disc there. Just Elmo having it stolen. Your boy Sam saying this is mine. There's the first 2 finally on the board.
Yeah, now they are finally executing their plan. As you say, the first 2, but still more than enough time. We can go the distance. We can go round 3. I would love to see a round 3, especially last match. That means no one else is late. But it's going to be Koi trying to certainly say no way to that plan as, Mosh is going to send it downfield. Right, nice pass from Senna getting pressured from behind, so finding the pass over to Leonardo. Leonardo, the reset, but that's a self-clear team. They're going to get there first. They need this too, and they come through, and just like that, it's an 8-point game.
Single digits, and Woodsy able to punish immediately, stacking down the floor in a hurry. Once that midfielder was cleared, I mean, they just sensed blood in the water, and they were there in no time flat. This could be very interesting. One more turnover, one more goal. We got ourselves around. Let's see.
Yeah, we certainly do, and there's patience. And there's a steal! Oh my goodness! Big Jerry, big play, 6-point game.
Poke it into existence. One more turnover, one more goal. Wow, 3 in a row in no time at all. How about it?
Oh my goodness, that was in just about 64 seconds. That was a very efficient minute as the stack is going to pressure quickly again. Going for a split, going for a steal. The long shot, unfortunately not quite on target, but that one might be the bounce. No, as it is going to bounce out, but will get picked up by Mosh. Mosh losing a hand because it's going to go for a bit of a Kung clear. And there's an open net, but there's the shield. One more shot, but a little bit high.
So a little bit of gas here and steam leaving, I think, on Koi's side. A missed shot on that opportunity, but back to the defense there in the backboard again. A mishandle on the disc, so your boy Sam with a deep clear. And there's that stack once again, pouncing, but the bouncing right past them in between the players and into the bubble, but too low. So neither team now able to find those rhythms here in the bubble as Elmo tries to recover and sends it gently over to Leonardo on the outer edge. Execution now of importance for both teams, and there it is. Mosh putting it away. That's an important goal with less than 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's an important goal, but honestly a predictable one. I mean, especially in Master Tier, right? I say this again and again, but the perfect offense in Echo Arena will always beat the perfect defense. And man, Koi is playing perfectly right now, firing on all cylinders, but team, they need to get a 3. They need to start making a huge dent in this lead, and they certainly did in the last minute or so, but that was a minute ago. This is a new game, as that pass is a mistake, is a fumble, and Koi's really sensing that blood and really jumping right on that one for another shot, but the goalie is back.
And at this point, they don't need to be scoring at too much of a pace. They just need to secure that disc and control it, if nothing else, for a handful of seconds. And they'll be just fine for this round. Obviously, they're well aware of that. They're lining it up as they have for most of this series. Sinna, one pass and a finish. Mosh switching arms and doing great harm to put them back up double digits.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that is how you respond, right? When some team comes at you and scores 6 points in 60 seconds, you come back in style, you come back in class, and you come back in control. And that's exactly what Koi is doing. I mean, you see the desperation from team going for the headbutt joust. That's a beautiful save, though. But nevertheless, I mean, that's an uncontrolled play, no matter how accurate your headbutts might be, as that one, was off the mark, but is going to get sent right back. The cut is good, and Koi is collapsing in on this bubble, but they do not get 2, as Woodsy does get the clear at least some way downfield.
Yeah, for team, they won't be able to muster a victory here in the second round, but certainly showing signs of promise and showing again why they are in Master Division in the first place with some of this defense they've been playing, those beautiful 3 goals in a row in that minute of play. They obviously have the tools. It's just Koi, their execution, up until maybe the last few minutes, really, but for the majority of this match, their execution was almost flawless, and you really couldn't ask for better, going into the fourth and final week if you're Koi. I'm sure they're very happy with their performances here. To the sideline, what did you think of said performances, Sir Dimwee?
First off, round 1 was all about Senna. Round 2 was all about Mosh. I got to point out there was one of those goals there that Mosh scored. They were setting up a cut pass. So Mosh is on the near side, like on the near side wall. Blues is on the right side. It's on the near side wall. So like he's coming on for him the right side of the arena, and he has a pass option on the opposite side, on the left side. And they're both coming in. Left side pass a little bit ahead of him as they move in on the bubble. Now that left side pass is already in the bubble as Mosh is coming in over like Pac-Man. So like there's a big disparity in how close they are to the goal there. And so goalie is expecting the cut pass because of course, it's a 2v2. There's a cut moving in, the lane is open. Why would it not be a cut pass? So the moment Mosh releases that disc, the goalie hops on that cut. Mosh's placement was so good, it looked like a cut pass, and then it sunk into the corner of the goal. Into a wide open goal because the goalie had fully committed to that cut. It was unbelievable. And that right there, except for that 1 minute, I will make the exception, that 1 minute where our team did a great job, but those 6 points there was beautiful. But aside from that 1 minute, that play, what I just broke down, was the story of the game. It was just perfect execution from Koi. They only missed one pass. Watch it back. One pass, it was a cut. The cut was decided to go for the goalie at the last second, and the cut pass went over his head. One pass they missed that whole game when they were set up on offense. Unbelievable. Luke, you said it. I don't know if I already said this, but if I did, it's worth saying again. Everyone should play like Koi plays. This was unbelievable. What an amazing team. What an amazing performance. That was dominance.
Thank you, Dimwee. And to touch on that point as well. Maybe we'll pull up the European standings here in a second, just to give you guys a look, because yeah, Luke, as you said, as Dimwee said, you want teams to play like Koi did, and then you look at the standings here, and they're gonna move to a 4-2 record. But there's still some teams ahead of them. You got Typhon, Team Gravity, Vertigo, Blast. Blast being the lone undefeated team here in Master Division of Europe. So for as great as Koi was today, and it's a testament, I think, you look at all these other teams above as well. The play, the gameplay, the chemistry among these Master teams is just through the roof.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I'm so excited for EU, NA, and OCE this season because, I mean, Master Tier has been shaken up a bit in Season 5. And, yeah, I mean, Koi, yeah, okay. Now they're probably, you could argue tied for third, with 4 wins, but they'll probably be positioned somewhere in fourth or maybe not quite third. But nevertheless, there's 3 teams who are going to be 4 wins. Right, and I mean, it's not like they're like it's close, it's so close there in Master Division. So I am so excited to see kind of who makes it and who doesn't at the end of the cycle. As you did say, it's a week away. For all you folks who are unawares, the cycle, correct me if I'm wrong, Pally, is 4 weeks, and we have 3 of them in Season 5. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
that's correct. So 4-week cycles. There's a kind of a week break, a 5-day break of sorts right after next weekend. But then, 2 weekends away from now, we will have our Challenger and Cups and Elite Cups. The Challenger Cups, of course, determining who does advance or keep their spots in Master Tier. Looking at it, too, I mean, you have the top Quackheads and Phantoms, 2 teams who are Master Division in prior seasons of Europe. So they're currently right there, undefeated at the top of Diamond. That's going to be a story, especially when you look at if you have the matchups against, Reverb or Arena Wolves or team in the Challenger Cups, how that's going to fold out exactly. So there's some volatility there for sure, but a lot of promise for some highly entertaining matches in the near future. And looking forward to that. Now, tomorrow, of course, something else we're all looking forward to will be the venues for North America. Of course, on the Sunday, that's happening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, you're going to expect the best matches available among Master Tier, Diamond Tier, and so forth. Going to be a fun showcase. Now, I don't know if we'll top what we saw there from Instinct and Ignite last week. That's going to be a tough one to ever get over for the rest of the season. But still, it's going to be a phenomenal event. Can't wait for that as well. Because as you see there on the standings in North America, same kind of thing. Just a lot of talent, both in terms of, Instinct 6-0, and then, of course, all the way down the list, a lot of impressive records and teams. And then the Challenger ladder, you got a few undefeated or near undefeated teams in there with Ace, Bite of 87, and Click. Not to mention teams like Spaghetti and Gen Z, who are on that approach as well. I mean, it's a really competitive season, and that's all you love to see here. The more and more this stuff grows, is just it's healthy.
Yeah, it really is healthy, and I mean, this is just near the end of Cycle 1. It might sound like the season's almost done, but it absolutely is not. We have so much more Echo action here in store for you in this Season 5. So, hey, make sure you do follow us on all the socials, because we would love to have you. If you aren't a part of the league already, join us. I know I say it again and again and again and again, but the community is what makes Echo Arena so awesome, and we'd love to have you join us on VRML. So, vrmasterleague.com/Echo Arena, and hey, we try to cast some matches every day, but hey, sometimes it doesn't quite work out. But regardless, if you are interested in joining the production team, you can apply as well. We have a constantly open application, and we'd love to have you. Shout out to all our new casters who are currently coming through and moving on to Stage 2 and Stage 3 of training. We will be live a little bit later with some of them. Psychotic and Newton Dad and myself will be on live on VRML Channel 1, Echo Arena VRML, that is, just a little bit later today in about 5 hours, casting some NA. So that was a lot of fun, though, for this venue showcase, Pally.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you guys for joining me. Luke, co-casting with me on Palador, Sir Dimwee on the sidelines, and Newton Dad on the cameras. As always, pleasure to cast with these guys. Indeed, shout out to Men, Steph VR in the Twitch chat there, talking about lands as well, which, again, next weekend we also have Tyro Land in Atlanta, Georgia. That'll be a fun event. We'll cast a lot of that, if not all of that, here on our VRML channels, so be on the lookout. And one more shout out as well, talking about lands, to the Duckman land, European VR meetup. That's on April 8th and 9th in Bournemouth, UK. So there's a lot of great events here globally for Echo, certainly, and I do hope to see indeed some cross-region ones sometime in the future. Never know, but that's the hope. But anyway, until next time, guys, everyone be happy, healthy, safe. Be great to each other. We're going to see you again real soon. VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.